When and how did you develop the idea of establishing a tattoo supply company aside of tattooing?
The idea came up around 2005. By that time, I had my own suppliers from Germany and the US. The thing that really bugged me was the inconsistency in the quality of the products. Back then, I would order needles, let's say 5 around liners, and it was amazing. But when I reordered them, I got completely different needles. So I contacted the supply company and they said that they do not produce the needles, but in fact just order and resell them. I don't know, it just pissed me off, and in my head I knew there had to be a better way to do this. So I started manufacturing my own needles. I started just making them for my friends like Andreas Konen from Sinner and the Saint Tattoo in Aachen and myself. And when it really started taking off, I looked for a manufacturer that would produce my needles according to my quality standards. Things just started adding up from there, but yeah, I started back in 2005.
Und dann kam eins zum anderen. So sind wir halt stetig gewachsen. Aber Anfang war definitiv 2005.
Gab es denn bestimmte Eckpunkte, die aus einem Tattoo Supply?
Were there certain key points that took the simple idea of a tattoo supply company and turned it into the magic moon supply that we know today?
Key points, yes, definitely quality. Quality was the reason why we started, and quality is the reason why we are what we are today. We could sell many more products if we wanted to. Manufacturers from all around the world contact me every day with better, faster, cheaper, blah blah blah, but that's not our aspiration. I would rather quit than sell and produce low-budget tattoo equipment.
How do you see the development in the industry, specifically for supply companies?
Well, first you have to distinguish between sales platforms that buy and resell goods and the manufacturers that produce and sell their own, as well as other goods. You can see that many smaller supply businesses are out of the picture now, and I believe many more will follow. I think the future of the tattoo supply business lies in the bigger supplies that understand the market, work with the industry as much as they can. Marketing, search engines, online presence are a few factors that make it hard for small supply companies to compete with the bigger ones. Again, back in the 80s, we had Spalding and Rogers in the US and Mickey Sharp in Birmingham, and that's it. We only had those two. I think someday it will go back to that. We will probably end up with 5 to 6 suppliers for the European market.
What is your opinion on the objection that supply companies make it too easy for amateurs to start tattooing?
Yeah, well, like I said, I've had a supply company since 2006, 13 years now, and funny enough, the ones that receive certain information seem to be the ones giving statements like that. So the ones that hear and learn certain things should just shut the door, and that would be the end of that story. But come on guys, knowledge has to be passed on, and if you make equipment available, it should be available for everyone. So yeah, I'm going to have to reject that accusation with a smile. Half of the tattoo artists out there that make statements like that would not even be tattooing if they didn't have an easy access to their equipment.
Sponsoring, or rather Magic Moon Squad, what is the idea behind it?
The umbrella term is family. And the Magic Moon Squad specifically stands for outright amazing tattoo artists selected by us.
von uns ausgewählt, aber nicht
None of these artists are in the squad just for sponsoring. We select artists that use and identify themselves with Magic Moon products way before sponsoring was even a topic.
Überzeugung, das auch posten und sich dahinter gestellt haben und wir danach fragen.
I don't really like the idea of reeling in hundreds of tattoo artists because of the social media presence, publicity, and sponsoring the hell out of them just doesn't seem genuine to me.
Weil sie viele Follower haben und denen da 1000 Sachen umsonst hinzustellen, ist für mich nicht authentisch.
All the Magic Moon Squad members have been using Magic Moon equipment way before they became sponsored artists.
Haben auch vorher mit unserem Material gearbeitet. Deswegen
We have a very personal contact with our small circle of 25 to 30 sponsored artists.
persönlichen Kontakt zu unseren Künstlern pflegen.
We don't really go beyond that number. Every year, we add a few sponsored artists and exchange a few,
Dazu, sondern wir wechseln. Ein paar fallen dann auch
which doesn't mean previous members cannot become sponsored artists anymore.
aber wir wollen so die Zahl begrenzt halten, damit das eine authentische Künstlergruppierung bleibt.